Let's see if it's working. Hello guys, welcome back. Still in August. Yes, and quote unquote not much to do, especially in pruning wise. Could do a few design stuff on the trees, but I'm not really going to because the temperatures get back to 30s plus in Celsius. So I needed to keep stuff watered all the time. So again, last time we did the garden tour back at home, and then you liked it. So today we're going to do a tour out in the glass house. Enjoy it. So we start from here. It is getting very nice and packed. 3-4 years ago now I came up with 2 of these crates full of Japanese maples, and now as you see we are getting bigger with a lot of seedlings, 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old. Anyway, redwoods. This forest was up in the garden and it burned a bit. We lost a few branches and leaves when we got frost. What was in March? So I hang it up in here, and if you see, there is a container where it's planted in a container, which is full of water. Because if you wonder if the redwoods are just fine fully immersed in water, yes they are. We're going to talk about it a bit later when we're going to get there. This was, or is, our huge bunjin style apricot. They're getting really nice and big, so we'll just keep in this container right there. The oak gets submerged because this was really dry today, so I'll leave it there. I can soak it up as much as I can. This is a Turkish oak forest. I have a few just individual trees as well in their pots. And then more and more redwoods. These ones were the air layers. So I put it down. Tiny bonsai trees. We air layered a lot of these redwoods last year. If you haven't checked it out, please do. On the air layer video, we did air layered a lot. Actually, I just finished watering, and this definitely going to need to fill it up before I'm going home. It's much more. There are some cypresses as well. I put this back in here, and then we got this massive cherry just that sits in here, and you see of it. Let's try to dodge the sun so it really touches the sky. I'm going to chop it back with a chainsaw next year, but obviously we will document that. These are the taper videos, oaks, what we did earlier on this year. More oaks. They are Zelkoas. Let's move on the left side, right? A few more bold cypress forest in a fully watered container, and there is a lot more. Much more. They are touching the sky. So that was cut off or shortened last year. I will show you that there. So there's one, there's 2 behind each other. And try to, as you see, it's fully in water. So we have this one there, And there is the second one. And then obviously there's much more individuals. Just down in here. I was going to put this back in its place because nowadays the water, it's really precious. We only have, we will go out there, as you've seen it before, that reservoir full of water. So continue these on the left. This massive birch. I just here for taper that was back at home, but I'm trying to clean the front of the garden to have a different project there later this year. Okay, I have a few collected larch from one of our neighbors. It's growing wild here as well. And then these are lots of, let me go up the back and in here, a lot of redwoods. Lots of redwoods. Let me take out one. This is a pretty one. And they are fully in water as well. You see them on the roots. They are just fine, submerged the whole year. So there's like 3 trays of them. They are amazing for doing big forest projects, right? And then there is a experiment that what if you keep them just in water? Well, they don't really complain about that, and they a few more, a tiny bit of oak, a few more things just to soak up, because even today I needed to put all of this shade netting, as you see on the top, because they are losing water on a really, really high rate. So from here, they can just suck it up into the pot. They're watered, and then I can forget about them for at least 2 days. I'm not in here every single day, as you know. This is a nice, tiny picea. We have Western cedar forest as well. They're all seed material. To have another big chestnut forest as well. A few more cedar with a banana. There's a different bull cypress. I think it's a pond cypress, might be known. That's the cherry we worked on in the tapering video. It didn't really come back at the bottom, but we'll cut it back that anyway. Okay, that there. More cypress. These are cedars. I put one of these tiny oaks into a bonsai container, a training container, just because I want to try it out how these containers will act where I'm going to leave them in the glass house as bonsais, right? A few more seeds of Scots pine. There's a Japanese white pine. We have, what was it, moon glow? Was it a moon glow? Yeah, it is a moon glow juniper. Really nice in here as well. It's in a big pot. We'll try to grow it out a bit more, and a workshop subject if you want to join me for a day. Alrighty, what else we having in here? So you have a bigger beach at the back. Just get a beef out of that as well. It's a huge container, it's like 15 liters container, it's a big one. And then more seedlings. It's all different. Apricots, oaks, zelkovas. Ooh, turn you a bit in here. We're going back to kind of to the front, and then we'll continue then on the rights, okay? a bit of, not that happy. It's too warm today and I missed a bit of water, but they will be just fine. There are a lot of apricots again. All your Zelkovas. It's like, I don't know, 300 trees-ish, all going into the ground next year. And I will tell you in there why it's only next year, right? So let's continue on the right. Have these massive sugar maple, but they are turning like pink or magenta color when I think it's October Glory. I think it is 2 of these October Glories. Then I have another seedling, bigger, boldy. It was designed already, but again, I just need a bit of oomph in there again. So we keep them in water. Same situation. It was totally dry out. Fill this. It was filled here a few hours ago, and you see how much it's soaked up already. So it's easier just to watering this, and then everything gets soaked out rather than you water it, flows out, and then just waste the water. Because as I said, I cannot waste any water. There's no rain, no proper rain. Like we had a bit of rain, a few hours, say a few minutes. Just that the tank filled up a bit, but cannot waste. Same situation. All these trees, cedar of Lebanon's, they're all for workshops. I keep these quote unquote like matured-ish trees for workshops. We have, depends on the person who wants to come up, what exactly the species is he or she wants to work on with. So I'm keeping 1, 2, and 3 rows of these ones. That's one of these big plums that we layered last year. I put 2, 3 of them in the ground at home, and I kept this one in here. Beautiful. I love the color of them. Same story. Watered, kept it there. End of story, right? Yep. Okay, we're going on. As you see in the other side, there is this side, but these are redwoods. Redwoods fully in water. They were cut last year. I'm going a bit back there. There are 3 forests beside each other. I might put them on slabs or some rocks this year, right? The taper one we did. This one down there is another boldy, going back to the pond, and the other 2 taper guys. This taken up a lot, so I'm so happy that we were not considering to chop back in here. That will do next year. And then that one, what we just kept as it was. Let's see, as it is now. Righty, back to there. This one, this. That alder was in the ground because it was sold to me as a crabapple, but it's really similar in the leaf, but started to get these catkins, so I was like, this is not crabapple. But nevertheless, so I didn't really want to leave it in the ground, so digged it up, chop it there. Will be a bonsai. Okay, tiny cutie, no pies, but cutie pomegranates. These are, so basically that was 4 years ago, all of my trees what I got them in here. It's much more Japanese maple, and then we turn here. There's one, two, lot of these. Guys, you were asking me where to get them. I have no clue. So I was so lucky that this place is full of these crates. Also, let me tell you, if you're in Ireland, if you want to get one of these boxes, because I kind of got too much of Japanese maples at the moment. There's more here. So if you want, give me a buzz and I will come back to you. Or actually, any other kind of tree. I know that the shop and the web store, it's not fully working. Actually, I didn't even start it right now. I need to wait a bit more for that, but it's coming. But if you need, you see, we have ginkgos. There's another group of books what I put together from seed material. Same here, sucking out water. We're going back with, not everything makes it, right? So failures as well. So these are all the maples. Really, really cute. I'm sorry I can't really put down the brightness because that will mess up with the focus. It's still just a phone, but hope you enjoyed that way. And we're walking in the dog park, or the park nearby. Ouch! Yeah, and these privets were just dropped on the road. Someone didn't want them, so we were collecting them and just get this massive, beautiful material. It was cutting down in there. So, another circle of forest. So as you see, you're getting there. You're getting there, but nevertheless, it takes a lot of time to water. So that's why I would love to put, when something is ready to getting into or onto a pot, then I'll definitely do it for next year and we'll start to sell. Everything else, it will go into the ground and I will tell you why it's going into the ground. So first of all, because it will be much easier for me to water these trees, and especially for tiny seedlings, 1-2 years old. This is basically no point to individually, water them every day. So let's move over to the grown fields. We're almost there. So we'll talk about this a bit after when we finished in here. These massive containers, I will need to use them to catch more rainwater, and if we are in an emergency situation, as this year, we will use them definitely. Look at the squash. I was really thinking of that this will have, massive leaves, but it really helps a lot with the weed control. Right. Let's continue from, so you're coming in here. It's a nice northern, just to welcome you in here. And then the growing fields. That's why you have 2 of these. Oh, it's a dripping system, drip irrigation system, right? The same as you've seen all these tiny trees, pomegranates. I wanted to say oriental hornbeam. It's not an oriental hornbeam. I haven't had oriental hornbeams. This is Korean hornbeam from a seed. So then down there, all these are the cypresses that we got. Just leave it into the ground. Same in here, and it's going all over the place, the squash. But it's just fine. It keeps all those maples nice and shady. I'll try to get in here, but there's 2 reasons that I don't really want to. The first one is that I don't really want to step on the squash itself. The other thing is, I don't know, and I'm not going to go closer, but I tried to get there. So I wanted to put the irrigation system on the left side as well, but because of these lads, I was like, okay, I'll definitely wait till the first frost will come, and then that will deal with them. I'm not really going to touch them myself, so I'll keep it. Let's move out from here then. So I will keep it as it is right now. I'm trying to water it from here, so they're not going to really attack you. And I think because I went in here every second day, they got used to, I hope so, my odors. So we're just going to leave them as they are. That's why actually I'm leaving all of this next aisles to weed it out next year, because I not really want to find myself another one. So the squash, let me see if we have, there we go, so cute, so cute. Yeah. We, as I said, as my missus and myself, we had a lot of fun to plant these seeds, because this is all from a seed, only from one tiny squash. This is all we got. And as you see under, they're taken fine with the weeds. Not that bad. It could be much worse than this. So if you're definitely going to clean some other part, and we put down more vegetables, because this is so fun to grow your own, right? So on that right side, much more Japanese maples, and then we're going to apricots, so on and so on. Much more apricots, way more apricots. The squashes, but even down. And then here, I'll just kind of walk you through this place, because everything gets literally brand new, if you know what I mean. So this is till we are at, right? That's all left, but as I said, I'm not really going to touch it this year, just to not find any surprises. So just watering that it is there, and that will be next month. I'm planning to do something special, that it will be some sort of a adoption of a tree, but we will talk about that later. Okay, let's move back to the end, and then we will coming from there. So this part's almost ready. You see, it's everything, and it's really hot in here. So, but everything is fine. This was put on last year. This way we have two, so it's like 4 on the top, and then 4 on the ground as well. Keeps the trees nice and happy and moist, as you see. So younger material, obviously. Guys, one of you or some of you asked that, oh my god, this place is already growing you out with the tops, but actually these trees are just down there to thicken up their trunks, right? Much quicker. This is a Japanese crabapple, and Adam will kill me because I forgot the name of it. Nagasaki. I need to check it, but it's already having these tiny cute apples all over the place. When he gave me, it wasn't even a pencil thick, and here we go now, as more than your middle finger. Everything goes down, and in here it's, gives that purpose of growing everything out as quick as possible. A lot of different species, really lot of different species. Some of them, 90% of them, they are growing from seed. They are like 3-4 years now, these big pomegranates. So they will be ready in no time. And you see all these tops, overgrown top. This is for all, get in here again, getting harder. So, Zelkova. Let's start with the Zelkova, right? So planted this here to taking up the trunk. Okay, but I'll prune it back this year, and then we will find out where exactly we want to air layer. So I might air layer 1, might air layer 2, I might air layer a bit downer or chunkier one, same down in here. And also we will leave some of these huge trees. Obviously I need to cut them back because they are really overgrown now, and there's a lot of shade in the middle, which is actually the jungle. I was really easily able to going through a year ago, but not the case anymore. Okay, so these ones will keep it for seed production. We're going down for the redwoods. They're not bad. They're not bad. They're getting a really nice thickness. Let me get out of here. So I am out from there. The sun just going down. I was here the whole day fixing stuff. I needed to check on the reservoir, and we will check it when we going home. Try to put my back to the sun. As you see, all of these redwoods will be air layered because they can air layer. All the Zelkovas will be air layered. Everything is now overgrown and nice. This is a really interesting project. It's a sour Quercus suber. Yeah, this is the oak in Portugal and Spain. What they use to make cork for your wine bottles, right? It'll be interesting. Use there's another evergreen oak stand in here, and going back to the front. Let's see. So yeah, a bit crazy, but I love it. It's really cool. Really cool. Takes over, but it doesn't really matter, guys. This year we'll get you fruits or veggies or whatever you call it, but the squashes, and it was just so much fun to put them down. Not really, keen on to worry about nutrition in and out. Take the trees. Like literally, I will show you when we put them down, and they are like triple of the size then already. That apricot was somewhere there, and it was put it down this year. So they are really happy. They're really happy. And here we connect back to the front. Let's see another few thickening. Just that you see it better. So that is in the ground now for 2 years, and look at that. Yeah, it's nice hollowness as well. So air layer, that will be a lot of air layers, guys, next year. So let's talk about it a bit. The last time when we did this video about how I did this project for 4 years, I kind of forget that when it's the plan for me to have this ready. 2030 is fine. I'm gonna start to do the web page for this place next year, or at least this starting dormant season, and then we'll see about that. Thank you so much. This is again just a quick one, what is growing in the glass houses and how I'm kind of taking care of it. No weeding this time. I can blame the wasps, right? So to them, right, guys, maybe next week, maybe week after, but I see you later. Thank you so much for watching, and I love you all.